All right, let's try that again. Hello, everyone. I wasn't expecting the intro to our show, to be honest with you. This is an unofficial greetings from Beyond Radio, um, and it's really for the hosts of Get Haunted. Um, this was a little idea that Jen, my producer, and I came up with today. I'd say morning for us, afternoon for everybody else, and we pass this through with everyone, the higher ups, Sarah and Rob, because they're the bosses. We need to talk to them first, and they were all in agreement, and here we are. This is a chit chat for all the hosts, any and all hosts out there right now that are part of Get Haunted. Follow the link. We'll get you on. This is a free for all. No drama. I'm allergic to drama. I don't want to hear any drama. Okay? I start breaking out in rashes. It gets ugly. So, first things first, I'm going to introduce the fantabulous, the lovely, the beautiful Clark Kent Sarah onto the show. But that's only if she puts her glasses on. And I think she does. So it's Clark Kent Sarah. But wait a minute. If she takes her glasses off, oh my God, it's Supergirl. Okay.
Hey, Rich.
Hi. How are you, Sarah?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good.
I'm going to introduce our next guest. And, he has to be introduced a certain way.
He does.
Yes. So, Jen, when you're ready.
It's ridiculous. Oh my God.
You all.
Rob, the Clydesdale Centurion cult leader.
He has arrived.
Okay, I shall not look upon you.
Okay. That was a hell of an intro and a nice disclaimer in the beginning. I hope they're not for me.
We'll lend it to you. Don't worry about that.
All right, cool.
And we have another show host with us,
Mhm.
and he likes to go by the name of Russ. He
Russ.
looks so excited. We dragged him kicking and screaming.
Well, at least you didn't call me Ross.
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 Ross Stiver.
That's with an O.
Exactly. Trust me, you'd be surprised how many people get it wrong.
Well, so here we are. We're hoping for other people to join in. If any of you are out there right now and you're show hosts, by all means, just follow that link to my producer's email, and she'll send you the link to our StreamYard so that we can all, just promote. This is what this is all about. The idea was, it's one thing to talk it, it's another thing to walk it. And when it comes to Para-Unity, I've been hearing Para-Unity ever since the TV shows started and all the teams started, and the infighting and the name calling and the BS. I never had to deal with this back then because I wasn't part of a team. When I started investigating, I did it on my own. I went to clients' homes. I went to haunted locations. I did this on my own. I decided I was going to try this out. A shout out real quick to Danny Marie, to Nicole Stiver, Trinity Paranormal Investigations of Long Island. Thank you for joining us. But I figured, and I just had to get this over to Sarah and Rob, the Clydesdale Centurion leader, that we needed to actually not stop, but not necessarily just talk about Para-Unity, but walk it as well. And they loved the idea. And we said, okay, you know what? The best way to do this is let's lead with example. That's what we're doing right now. We can talk paranormal. We can talk pops. We can talk movies. We can talk whatever floats our boat. Okay. And that's what this is all about. I want people, and I'm sure everyone here agrees with me, to get to know the hosts of the shows on Get Haunted in a personable way and have no fear of asking whatever questions you all may have that may be joining us in chat and coming on over. So by all means, ladies first, Sarah, actually Super Sarah, because your glasses are off. You go.
Oh,
And, yeah.
wait, what? I just go? What am I going?
Yeah,
what am I doing?
I know, just go, talk.
Well,
Exit stage left.
Yeah, first of all, like thank you, Rich, for inviting us on. And it's like Russ, we're the band's back together. Like we were just together Wednesday and we had such a lovely chat. So this is a great idea. This is a super great idea for everybody. So everybody on the side, Danny, like share it out, get those hosts interested to pop on, even if it's for like 5 minutes. Like let's get to know them, right? This whole thing right here, this is part of the Get Haunted Paranormal Podcast program. And this is show host working together. And this is what this is. We are a part of the community, right? We have different aspects in the paranormal community. Some of us are investigators and podcasters, demonologists, business owners. We're all sorts of things in the paranormal. But our common thread is we do shows, and it can be hard, right? It can be hard to not know who you can turn to and talk to openly and freely to get those ideas moving or to help execute the ideas that you have. But that's what this is all about. So it's really awesome, I think. That's
agreed. Wow, what was that?
What was that?
The biplane? Somebody barnstorming you out there.
I'm
pretty sure that was a very bad exhaust on a motorcycle going just by past my place.
Okay,
dude. On this end, it sounded like the intro to a very creepy movie, which is kind of fitting.
It did.
With the wind earlier, it sounded like my house was about to fall down. So. The creaking and the popping and then loud noise. I'm just like, all right, whatever. This is my time. It's my time.
Yes, go for it. Why not?
It could be.
Rob already got his trumpets, so
I got my trumpets. Like that was a requirement for me to be on this show.
Exactly.
For anybody watching, I asked for trumpet arrival.
Now Rob will never be able to be introduced any other way.
Yeah. So Jen, I'm gonna need you to send me that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I got you.
You do. It made my whole night.
Now we just need to do like a gif of like a red carpet rolling out for him.
Okay.
As he pops on the screen.
Oh wait,
you don't feed his ego.
I got you. I got this.
Right.
I got this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Shutterstock. I'm sure I'll find.
Sweet Jeebus, 10 pounds, 4 ounces.
I got an entire pile of coal and a shovel sitting right next to me. I'll fill the train as much as I
need. Yes.
Listen, I have a public image to maintain. Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that with the meme that was just released to you after Wednesday.
Oh, the fire starter one.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's cool. That actually really works.
It really did. Good. I saw it afterwards and I was like, oh God.
Yeah. I mean, she should have sent it. I could have done a little more on the background removal. I have a program. But yeah. So Sarah, what was that? That was Sarah go. She went.
Rob, go.
She's already gone.
No, look, I echo everything Sarah says. That's a given. Almost everything.
Is that to make sure you're right?
That is the only reason. That's how I know I'm right. No, but as Sarah kind of, the paranormal podcast program was her baby, right? Is her baby, but it truly was just an extension of what Get Haunted was built on. And I started Get Haunted in 2019 as a merch company, and then a couple of years later, ended up wanting to create more of a community and not an event company. So we are not an event company, but we get tagged as one. But my observation, because I was working for another event company, which I still get shit for, but my observations back then were, look, because what I did before I ever even ended up there, I was trying to get on a team. Every team I called, they were like, yeah, we're not taking anybody right now, or no, you don't have enough equipment, or you don't have enough time, and all this fun stuff, right? So it was just a little bit of a pain in the ass. So I ended up going to a couple of small public investigations here in Bethlehem, PA, and then ended up working for an event company. There I learned kind of the ins and outs of events, and what I really, really loved about it was, of public events, I should say, was working with the people, right? That, especially the newbies and the first timers, or the second timers who are there to hopefully learn and expand and just get an experience. So that was my favorite part of working there. I did get to see some of the, when you get into the business aspect of the paranormal, it gets a little choppy. But when I left that company, I kind of was done. I was kind of done with it all. But I started missing the public and the people that come on events and the locations. So I was like, F it. But my observations and my mission was to do it completely different from different aspects than that company, right? I learned really what not to do there, if we're going to be honest. But my observation was that so many people are in the paranormal with all these different skill sets, from lawyers to videographers to writers and photographers, and they're all working in silos, and this was prior to that. I had 24 years with a big Japanese company, and there too, we all worked in silos, and it never worked out well, right? Never, and for Japan, which is pretty squared away when it comes to technology, one of the things I noticed there was, the GUIs, the user interfaces on the products we sold. One person developed the buttons, the next person developed the text, the next person developed the colors, and they never talked to each other. So by the time it made it to production and here to the US, it was a giant shit show. Everything was like 45 steps too many. And that's what I was seeing in the paranormal. People weren't working together. So the vision and the whole reason I ended up ever even meeting Sarah was, let's all come together and let's work and support each other and help each other. If you're a team, why do you have to pay $400 to get 10 t-shirts when you can do it for 15? Or not 15. Nobody quote me on that.
I was gonna say, where are you getting your shirts?
Listen, I can hook people up, but not that good. But I was making merch back then. That's really what Get Haunted was supposed to be, a merch company. I still make the merch to this day, but I'm like, why aren't we all helping each other? Why are we all working in these silos? Why are we not sharing our skill sets with each other? And that was and remains the vision and mission of Get Haunted. But then I started missing the public events, so I kind of kicked that off in October of 21. And the idea there, and to this day, is to bring in other teams, right? People have asked so many times, like, why do you share the stage? Why would you? Because it's not our stage, right? It's everybody's stage. So that was the pitch to Sarah when I did her show in 12/21 of 21. We were only like 2 months old at that point. And it resonated with her. And then we kind of, a few months later, she was like, hey, you kind of suck at social media. And I was like, I do. So she became social media manager, and then the ideas started coming. And I'm like, holy shit, like, help me run this thing, please. I need your help. And she agreed. And since then, we just
I agreed you needed my help.
Huh? What?
I agreed that you said, and she agreed. I agreed that you needed my help.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You agreed that I did. And
Yeah.
but the ideas came, Rich, and it was like, hey, why don't we build out this type of event? And she just had and she has a far different delivery than I do. Everybody knows that's no secret. So the social media started blowing up, you know. We booked a bunch of events. They did really well the first year, really well the second year, and now we're on our third year. And yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better business partner. There's a lot more to this story, but you know, she helped me with some paranormal struggles I was having, which, well, I thought were paranormal struggles, and they were, and they weren't. So there's a lot, but it all remains, that mission remains the same. Bring everybody together. We're seeing it with teams, and we see it with podcasts, right? So when Sarah wanted to kick off the paranormal podcast program, I'm like, yeah, this is a natural expansion into, it's just the same concept, just with a different audience, right? Who's Russ talking to? He's freaking me out. Is he praying? What's happening?
Sorry, I'm talking to my wife.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
Russ.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, you know, and watching all you guys come together. Look, Sarah's show, I think, was the second podcast I ever did, and I hated doing them. But then I started watching her show, and it was just delivered in such a different way. But then this, Russ and Jenny came on, and now other shows are coming on. I'm watching y'all work together, and the different theories and the different practices and the different disciplines. Just cool, man. It's like the potpourri of not just the paranormal, but the human experience, right? We've got like Russ, like everybody knows, Russ is a little weird, right? Just look at him. But he fits perfectly. And it's just so much fun watching you guys do your thing. I'm on watching this stuff more than I should be working, but I'm watching all the shows more than TV, which I don't really watch anyway. But this has replaced TV for me, and listening to everybody and their theories and their thoughts and the comedy, both on screen and behind the screen. We have our group chats, which are hilarious at times. I don't know. I'm just happy to see everybody doing their thing and getting their voice out there. That's all.
Russ, thank you for being on the show and give us a little background about you and what got you into this in the first place.
No, I appreciate you, inviting me on. This is now my 7th show this week. So,
wow,
three of them unplanned, but being like, I don't. Can you clarify the question a little bit for me, just because?
What got you interested in the paranormal and to get started into a podcast?
Well, I've always done podcasting. I've always had an interest in it. My grandmother actually did radio during World War II. She was one of the voices in Warren, Ohio during World War II. So I always kind of have an affliction for radio. So that was one thing that actually drew me to it. I've been doing podcasting for probably 14 years now. Started my first show, Batteries Undrained, way back in the day when it was just audio only.
Nice.
No video, nothing like that. But getting into the paranormal, I've been in. I'm turning 40 in literally a month.
Oh, you're a baby.
Yeah,
I know. But I've been in the paranormal field for 27 years, and I've had people raise their eyebrows at me. But you have to remember, my dad was an investigator when I first started this. And my first investigation was at 13 years old. And when I mean first investigation, I mean I was at Mansfield Reformatory doing an investigation with 5 other people in the building. So that's kind of how I got my spark to it. And my dad always wanted to keep it very small and very, kind of to himself. But I saw a bigger picture of it because this was during the times when ghost hunters was starting to come up. This is the times when Ghost Adventures was starting to come up. You know, all the shows and everything like that. And I was just like, there's an opportunity here. People don't talk about this. So here's my chance. So I'm a very introverted person. You can get me in front of a camera like right now, and I could talk for hours. You get me in front of people, and I'm just kind of like, well, yeah. I mean, you find me at events, I'm one of the most socially awkward people ever. But I like on a podcast, I can be a goofy idiot, and people eat it up and they love it. And that's just me. Because I'm home. I'm in my area. I'm in my comfort area. So, but, you know, when Jenny approached me, because we started with Unturned Pages, a Sunday night show at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, with Get Haunted. And she approached me with the idea of joining Get Haunted as a platform to get more exposure to the show. And I've known Jenny for years, and she's going to be jumping on here whenever she gets home so she can correct me if I'm wrong or right, which very rarely happens. But I was like, yeah, let's do it. Why not? What's to lose? And what I didn't know was we were, I guess you could say, the quote unquote flagship show to come on to the P3 network. And when I found that out, it's like, oh shit. Okay. Well, we have some living up to do. We need to make this good. And then the next thing I know, there's 10 shows on. There's 12. Oh, we got 15. Oh, guess what? We just added 3 more. And it's just snowballed from there. So what these two people over here on your screen have been doing and bringing the community together has just been absolutely amazing for everything that they have done. Not only the events they have done, not only the podcast, not only the merchandise and helping people out, but they're making a platform to give people a voice. And those voices are heard. And trust me, I went through a podcast on Wednesday and it was completely unplanned. But I tell you what, at the end of that podcast, that was supposed to be half an hour, ended up being 2.5 hours. And the outreach and response I got from what I was just saying, and it was completely raw, uncut, real. And there was no name dropping. There was no drama. There was nothing. It was just,
the way
this is how I feel about this. This is what needs to happen. And I had Rob and Sarah on, and I tell you what, it was probably one of the most enlightening and refreshing shows I've done in quite a while.
I think that's what inspired me was watching your impromptu appearance on Get Haunted, and then having Sarah and Rob pop on and help. And I see, look, I've been through so many shows. There have been shows, and I'm going off of what started this for you the other day, where I've only had 3 views, literally, and then they drop off as the show goes, and there's 0 with that eyeball, like you said, and I it's frustrating because you know what you're putting up is good. And I start thinking, what did I do wrong? Could I have done something better? Did I promote it enough, or did my guest not promote enough, and stuff like that? And by the way, if Denise Pack wants to come on, please, by all means, come on.
Denise, come on, jump on here.
You're more than welcome. My producer can send you the link to our StreamYard here, and finally get to talk to you. I've often made fun of the stakes and whatnot. You
can't but help to. I mean, it's just Ernie puts himself out.
It's really
so
Ernie.
Easily. Yeah.
At least his name is Ernie and not Bert, so that's a good thing. Could you imagine marrying Bert Pack? That just doesn't
stop. Because
flow.
I'm gonna go off the rails right now. I can feel it already.
Send it to Ernie. Okay, but we need Ernie to pop on here. So,
all right, Jen, send it to Ernie.
I can send it. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
got
Send
you.
it.
I
Send
got
it to
you.
Burt Pack.
Rob, the Clydesdale Centurion cult leader, is sending it now to.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I want to add though to that, Rich? Like we talk about like we watch our views and we question ourselves. And I'm just want to throw this out there. Like we see sort of trends. We know there's trends, and especially YouTube, right? The trends and they're not quite as quick as the trends on TikTok, but the trends in YouTube, you know, that's where a majority of your young viewers, right? It's where you would get the hundreds and thousands of people watching, right? We get that. Like that's what they're going to watch. They don't really understand maybe the level as to, and this is not like a criticism, but they might not understand the levels of interest or where we are in our journey in paranormal. So they kind of go to that more entertainment style
Is that
YouTube.
Sarah? Is that you? Is that you?
Why? It's me. It's me.
Hey, there she is. Okay, cool. All right.
I was trying to look at the. I can't see anything now.
I'm the same way. I'm just kidding with you. Go ahead and put your glasses on. I'm just messing around.
So you have those YouTubes, and yes, they have 1 million subscribers, and they have hundreds of thousands of views, and all that kind of great stuff. And in the grand scheme of things, it'd be great if those people understood, and what shows and what our passion is that we're putting out there. But the reality is, I think what our shows, and I'm new to your show, Rich, so I assume this about you because you found your way to Get Haunted into us. But I think that the views that we get, which, when you look at the views on the Get Haunted page that these shows get, they get a lot. They actually do. They start to get there, and you're attracting those that are looking for real conversations that they can resonate with, right? That resonates with them, or that they can connect with, and they can look at us and say, like, these are my people, or this is real to me because here they are. Like Russ was being raw. Why do people love that? Because we all have shit days. We all have days that we just need to talk to somebody. We even saw that with our friend Trevor, who is also a host here on the podcast program, Haunted Faith. Sometimes we just need to sit with our friends. And what's wrong with putting that out there to show people that do follow us or that do have interest in us, that we can all just hang and talk. So I love that you're doing this show, but I think I always kind of look at it like, yeah, there's these shows out there on YouTube and they get all the numbers and they're making all this money, but they also have nowhere else to go. Once that trend is done, they fall off and it's over, right? Mm-hmm. Here we're building this foundation of conversations and building our passions together and evolving together. I think that for me, it means way much more. I mean, it'd be great if our podcast all made a crap ton of money. I would love everybody to be able to say, screw a job and just take in some money to be able to live on a show. But this is where we're at, right? So
holy crap.
There he is.
Is that Ernie? It's Ernie.
It's not Bert. It's Ernie.
No, it's the one and only.
No, you should be Bernie. Bernie Pack.
Once again, I am here asking you for financial backing.
We've come to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
Excellent.
We've been trying to reach you.
Okay. Yeah, it's. I'm sorry. It's gonna fall apart. That's all there is to it. I can't afford it.
Ernie's on. This show's gone to hell. It's awesome. But where's the steak? Where's the steak, man?
Oh, we're waiting for Todd and Leanne to get here, and we're going to have pizza and beer.
Oh, look at that! No steak. Wait a minute. You eat something more than just steak?
Yeah, I eat pizza.
Just some gravy.
It's some gravy, pizza, and steak. That's about it.
Sir, Ernie sends me his steak pictures almost every day.
Like explicitive pics.
He sends me all of his meat pics.
With the little caption, "Hey Rob, check out my meat."
He does.
Poor Russ.
He does.
You both are on a list. I can guarantee it.
I envision Ernie driving down backcountry roads and cows fleeing as you approach.
Yeah.
No,
They're
I
like,
can see Ernie sitting at a table, and the waitress mistakenly comes up as he's on his phone going, I need to send Rob a picture of my meat.
Yeah.
That's happened.
Yeah. It's
But the other thing I know about Ernie's never put lettuce on his taco.
no, don't do that.
What? Not even tomatoes?
Lettuce on my tacos. No. There will be war.
There will be a war. Tacos will fly.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I am bringing
Out
a
of the
head of
truck
lettuce and some tortilla shells to Gettysburg, and I'm just going to set them on your table.
I will throw them at you, Russ.
Hey, my lecture's at 2 p.m. on Sunday. Go ahead and join the crowd with the tomatoes.
Oh my God.
I think we got like the first or one of the first lectures in the Eisenhower room. I don't know. It's early in the day. I know that.
What are
Are
you
you guys
talking
Friday
about?
or Sunday?
I'm going to talk about steak.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like,
The
Paranormal
proper
steak.
cooking, the proper cooking of steak.
how to tenderize your meat.
Exactly.
Woo!
I'm
He
going to
went
take
there.
pictures of my meat in my lecture.
Oh my God.
What's happening?
Everybody needs to.
I feel so bad for Sarah.
Sir, don't let her fool you.
She's worse than all three of us combined.
Ernie,
Oh,
look at
you
this.
look
I'm
at
so
these-
proud of
you
this. Look at my beautiful program all together right here. The podcast program, the men. Gosh, maybe we need like a calendar, guys. Maybe we need to do the Men of the Paranormal Podcast calendar.
Yeah, I'll do it.
That would
The Get Haunted podcast, just a calendar,
Oh.
different shows.
I see
Yeah.
Rob's wheels turning right now.
Well, I already have some wicked photoshops of Ernie.
Yeah,
This is an easy. That's an
a steak
easy
in one
request.
hand and the meat tenderizer in the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wearing an
Yeah.
apron.
That's smexy. Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
I could just see it now. Ernie,
Yeah.
I'll give you my number after the show.
When's your birthday? When's your birthday? We need to know.
November 13th.
Uh-oh.
November.
What am I doing
Ernie,
with my
it's
life?
November.
Oh, wait a minute. We may have an issue here because mine's November 17th. So it may have to be a split pick of Ernie and me. You know, him with his steak like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you with a burnt steak.
Ernie's birthday's
And
November
me with my
13th.
burnt steak. Exactly. I like my medium well, but you know, that.
Oh,
Ugh.
oh,
You're going October now.
Yo, hey, hey.
Medium
hey.
rare. Medium
Nah,
rare.
Booty.
nah.
You just made the
Hell no.
back cover of the calendar,
Nah.
man.
oh.
Yeah.
Medium well.
Ugh.
Oh.
I don't like my steak to move back at me. All right.
Well, do you just not like the taste of meat? What the hell?
I love to eat steak, but not
Are you
when
sure
it's
about
still bleeding. It's bleeding.
You know what?
I mean, I
Not
feel like I
quite.
should have come with a tampon and not no excuse. No offense to the ladies, but come
But
on.
it's not really blood. It really is.
No, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Come
No, it
on
is.
now.
It's red.
Yeah, no, it's red.
what?
It's bleeding. It's mooing.
We are all old, so we don't like to chase our food anymore. So I
Exactly.
mean, when it comes to us,
Oh,
it should
oh.
be already on the plate. But
If it's on the plate, it's dead. That's
Yeah.
all. Give me a
Denise,
Wait, so
that's what
I
she
want-
said.
I want to say this, Ernie, your birthday's on November 13th.
It is.
That's my wedding anniversary.
Oh, you two should get together.
What are you talking about? Russ,
Hold on.
What
Okay.
kind of show is this?
I know
feel
it's a
like
bad idea
This
to
is how Richie B's show went down when the boys got on.
Yeah,
This is
got up there.
exactly how Richie B. Jen, don't go
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah, see, that's why we
Sorry,
like created this show, is because we wanted everybody to get together to showcase who we really are.
Oh.
Everybody on the
Very,
network,
very
all
bad
the
mistake.
hosts.
You did not work out the logistics on this at all.
We are real people. And
Yes, exactly.
and
What-
we're
it's-
funny. We like to cut up with one another. We might not all agree on everything, but we don't. There's no reason to be butting heads or anything like that. Let's all laugh, have a good time. We'll talk some
I agree.
paranormal. We'll talk some philosophy.
Well, at least I know one. I know one thing.
sociology.
One thing and one thing only that I know. Ernie, at least I know you can cut your steak easier than Rich does.
Yeah, yeah.
That is true. You got to get in there with the grit, you know. Yeah.
He may be able to cut it, but I'll be there chewing forever if I were to eat it the way he does.
Hey, Ernie.
Yes.
You know what else happened on November 13th?
What else happened on November 13th?
Saint Augustine was born in the year 354.
Yep, I was not there. I was not
You were there. I was just checking.
Some of my friends. I'm not that damn old.
All
There's
right.
Shout out to
Sarah.
League of,
That's
League
Sarah.
of Earth Angels. Thank you for being on the chat and showing your support. Very much appreciated.
And to also go with what Ernie was saying is that is true. You know, we all have our podcasts. Some of them are more serious than others. But what we want to show people is, like Ernie said, we are real people. We like to make jokes, and this is who we are.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to go on the front and try to be somebody you're not. Try to act like, oh, I'm a professional broadcaster. We're a bunch of dudes with a freaking StreamYard account.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Well,
I was about to go. Wait, hold on. Okay.
Whoa. Ernie.
We are real
GetHunter.com
people.
for all of your paranormal needs.
And I'm pretty sure Rob and Sarah will get this if because they were on the video with me from Wednesday. But
Shit.
How real are you trying to show you are? Like, what is going on here? Well,
I don't have knees on my not kneecap or eyes on my kneecap. So I mean,
I didn't either, and I did take a shower. They're still there. I just looked. Why not shower?
did you grab the Sharpie instead of the pen?
I don't know what I did, but I did shower.
You're right, Denise.
Denise says he's used to being a dude.
I know. I get it.
she is like a 13-year-old boy. She really is.
Yeah.
Those of you who know Denise know what I'm saying.
So it sometimes feels like it's Bert and Ernie.
It sometimes feels like, I don't know, like Dennis the Menace. I think Denise should be Dennis. She's Denise the Menace.
Okay, so perfect example of these two because I've met them multiple times before. If you could do anything, just think Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau from Gumpry Old Men.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
That is legit the relationship that Denise and Ernie have because I've literally been sitting at their table and Denise is like, "All right, I'm gonna go get something to eat." And he's like, "All right." She's like, "You want anything, asshole?" "No, I'm good."
Did Denise throw a fish in the back seat of your car, Ernie?
No,
and then a few days later you get it and you're like, phew.
No, but she would do that. I mean,
she would. Oh wow. Okay. All right.
She is evil. I'm telling y'all, that woman is evil.
Aw, Denise.
See, why did I get on her?
Hey, you willingly married her, okay?
I did. I actually test drove it and still.
Whoa.
Whoa. I don't know if the term "you broke it, you bought it" comes into play here, but
I want to clean up. Woo!
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's an angel.
Yeah.
He's
Halo represent.
Yeah, even the devil was an angel at one point.
That's true. He still is technically.
Well, that's me. Yeah, look, Denise and Ernie were a huge surprise for me, right? I don't even know you guys were like even looking at us.
Well,
Like, what a weird.
How were they looking at
you? Know what?
Well, you know what I'm saying.
If you have a paranormal Facebook account, you can't very well scroll down it without seeing some kind of drama with Get On It.
Fuck off, Ernie.
Oh no.
Just twice. I'm hoping you see her in our ads, which I have capitalized on a little bit of the drama.
Yeah, no. Last year when we were at the bash, was when you guys first really kind of caught our eye and everything, and April Buffett came and grabbed me and said, "You got to meet these people," and dragged me over to you guys, and you were en route somewhere else, and you were like, "Hey, nice to meet you." And well, yeah, cool. She said, and she's good because she said, "Trust me, you're going to wind up working with them." She's good at what she does.
Yes, she is.
And then we just kept following you guys and seeing the growth and seeing how you did things, and we liked it. I mean, we had multiple different networks saying, "Hey, if you guys ever bring your podcast back, we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you." And we were like, we don't want to be a part of a network where we got to have a scheduled time and you got to do things by the book with the network and pay some kind of dues or whatever. We don't want to do that.
That's coming.
When we saw you guys.
Do you accept blood money?
Dues start in 2 weeks.
Anyway, we didn't want to do things like that. We like to do things our own way. She works a wonky schedule. We have a lot of things going on. So, we're not like next Sunday, we're not going to be able to do a show because we'll be in front of cameras. But anyway.
Oh, another porn?
Yeah. Rob.
Remind me, I got to charge the batteries. Somebody write that in my calendar.
But no, I mean, we saw that it was like a big family, and yes, there's drama, there's people, he said, she said, going on all around it. But when we talked to you guys a couple months ago, together, Denise and I, and you and Sarah, Rob, I mean, you were our people. You know what I mean? I mean, we got off of that podcast and we looked at each other. We said, "They're our people. They're our kind of people, and let's do this." So, hey, we've had your back ever since, and we'll stay there.
Yeah, you have. We thank you. And yeah, when we got off, I was like, I don't know, are they good people? I'm kidding. We were like,
the way he cooks his steak is a little sketchy.
Ernie,
no, I think we exactly said they're us.
Yeah.
Ernie, I'm just curious. Do you want us to run the OnlyFans, for you and Denise now or after, or just as we're ending the show?
I'll send that to you in a private message later.
Oh, okay, all right. But you don't want it publicly.
I've seen the OnlyFans. It's literally only Ernie eating steak and biscuits and gravy and having Denise over there going, "What the hell's wrong with you?" That is literally all his OnlyFans is.
We do have the one, or we do have a TikTok page, and
I want my $1.99 back.
And we don't know how to get monetized.
The price just went up.
Right. We don't care about being monetized or anything, but our TikTok channel is freaking hilarious. You'll hear very descriptive talks from Denise.
Careful with your next words.
Golf ball sized hemorrhoids.
No.
Wow.
The Black Man Paranormal TikTok page.
I need bleach for my brain. I got a mental image I can't get rid of now.
I think I came back at the wrong time. What?
Listen,
all right.
And in the short amount of time, like I've known Denise and Ernie, I have witnessed some pretty amazing things. And one of my favorite
Ernie,
moments.
what are you doing?
One of my favorite moments was Denise is almost getting into a fist fight. At first, I thought it was just going to be Ernie, but into an altercation with somebody where I was frightened for that man. I was like, Denise was like, "Oh my god, I won't even."
You were frightened for yourself, and you weren't even there.
I wasn't even there. This was like I'm on video chat. These two are like one of the greatest moments. Yeah, I was like, "Hey, Sarah, don't ever fuck with Denise Pack."
Had planned on it.
She hadn't planned on, but now we know. Now it's like, no.
Bad idea. Bail, abort mission.
I've never met Ernie or Denise. This is the first time I speak to Ernie actually, face to face.
Yeah.
We've traded back and forth, steak jokes here and there. In fact, this morning was one of them. And
all right,
but
cheater.
I know of them, and I've known of them because of Beth Allen, who I've known for several years now, and I call her, my parathug sister. And she only speaks highly of the packs, the SKUs, and so on. And I know of them through her. And she's part of the wolf pack. It is what it is. And that's granted, that's one of the other reasons that I wanted to start this, because this is just not isolated to just Get Haunted. This is to anyone and everyone that's listening, that's within listening, shouting, distance of this and watching, that are willing to participate and share. And I said it at the very beginning of the show. I'm gonna remind everyone, this para-unity crap, it doesn't work. The moment you throw the human element in, it doesn't work. So what needed to be done, and I pointed this out to both Sarah and Rob, we can talk all day until we're blue in the face with this para-unity stuff, but somebody's got to lead through example. Now, I'm not saying you guys haven't. You have been. But this is like phase one. This is how I presented it to Sarah and Rob. And I said, this is phase one. I wanted the hosts of every show to be chiming in and showing unity here, but also get the word out. We want people to know about the shows that Sarah and Rob have, the shows that Russ and the Pac-Men do, and so on. And we need more exposure. We need people to know that, hey, you know what? I'm a fan of Sarah, Rob, Russ, and also for Mr. Pac-Man here. All right. I love them all. I care for them. I want to see their success. And their success, I'm successful. We're all successful. And that's para-unity. Lifting each other up.
Lifts all boats, right?
Exactly. Lift each other up. And that's what this is all about. So
the best way I can describe it is Get Haunted is a lock system. They come in and it's like, okay, guess what? You have to get you from point A to point B. They're the locks in the middle that's rising you to that water level to make it to where you need to be.
Right.
Oh, I love that, Russ.
I know. Listen,
it's like all philosophical and shit.
I spent a lot of time on the Panama Canal, and so I understand how lock systems work. So now,
that was so
well. Good, you got the analogy.
Feel inspired.
He's so smart. He's getting so big. I'm proud of him.
He's so smart.
Look, these are all really, really kind words. It's not. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. Thank you.
I want to say something about para-unity, because it is a word that gets a lot of grief and a lot of crap, and a lot of people just poo-poo it out the door. But I truly think that para-unity exists within each and every one of us. It's how we act toward others that determines whether or not there's para-unity. If I wear shirts on our podcast supporting other paranormal teams, we invite anybody to share their live streams, their evidence, whatever they want to share on our Pac-Man Paranormal page and group. There you go. Matt Warner, there you go. I'm
not liked in some circles because of that.
Power to make para-unity real. We just have to, like Rich said, lead by example. And it can be real.
And this is one thing I said on Wednesday, Ernie, was, you know what? It's easier to point out the faults than it is to point out the solutions. So these people out there are all about, hey, I read this. Did you hear this? Instead of talking about this person, let's find out why this happened or what is actually going on.
Or if. Let's go to the
going on.
Really,
right? Because Yeah, don't get me going again, Russ.
No.
It's the ifs, right? But you want to know drama
Who's
here?
Fraba?
No,
Who's Fraba?
there's the ifs, right? There's the ones that there's the half stories and the false stories and all that fun stuff. And it's not just about us. It happens to a lot of people, and it's a bummer to watch. But yeah, you're all right. I mean, it's all really about being a decent human being at the end of the day
toward everybody else, and then para-unity will exist. It will be real.
And agreed.
You know, I'll quote, you know, The Secret, because I've read that book from front to back and you know, all the time. Thoughts become things. This started off as a thought in the very dining room that Jen is sitting in right now. And I brought it forth to Sarah and Rob, and you know, Rob went, "Woo! I love this idea." He neighed at it, and I was like, "Wow!" And then Sarah came on, and she was like, "I double neigh that too."
Wow!
And you know, it was amazing. So a thought has become a thing. See, and here we are. We're waiting on Jenny to come in and you know, grace us with her presence. But again, this is what this is all about. And next week, it'll be someone else. This is an attempt to get more people to get to know all of us, get us strong individually, and then come together. Then there's nothing that can infiltrate us.
Speaking of coming together, we're all going to come together October 26th, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so this is how this should culminate. That's a really good point there, right? The soiree on the battleship. That's the intent, is for friend and foe to come together, meet up. It's a party. It's not an investigation. It's not a paracon, but it's a party for people to come, get together, meet each other. There's people that don't like me, that don't know me. There's people that don't like Rich, that don't know him. Come meet us. Come. I mean, Rich may not be there, but come.
I'll be in.
I know you
Vermont,
can't.
The
we need
before.
you know, Mr. Ernie will be there. The lovely Denise, I believe the Skews will be there. You know, we're gonna see, but show up, learn, but you don't even have to give a shit about the paranormal. It's gonna be cool. Some of the celebs are coming. You'll see who's coming. They're just showing up.
You already said I was coming.
Oh yeah, I know. But I don't want to give them all away. They're coming just to come, right? And it's not about.
He's funny.
I may have to go to Gettysburg just to meet a few of you, because I mean it's not that far. I mean I'm in Miami. I could just drive.
Oh no, not that far.
No, technically, because you'll be in Vermont on the 19th. You'll be there for 3 days.
2 nights, and I'll be leaving Sunday, so I'll be getting there Friday. Saturday's the event.
What Gettysburg are you talking about? Are you talking about the WarrensCon, or are you talking about the Bash?
There's two of them. I guess the Bash.
The Bash is in July 26th to the 28th.
Okay.
Which one is in October?
October is the Warrens.
It's in September. Yeah. It's not October.
September, and then the Warner one. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that. I'm
getting my dates mixed up too. So, but yeah, they're doing their paranormal soiree at the Battleship New Jersey in Camden, New Jersey on October 26th. Matt Warner is holding his 5th annual Bash at the Castle on October 26th at Wilson Castle.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But that in itself is a long story. We had no idea. But anyway, sorry, Matt.
I don't push it on my show at all, you know.
Well, I need to know which Gettysburg I'm going to.
Go to the
one that I would say that has the most turnout to it, and I'm not saying anything towards anything. The Bash has had the biggest turnout that I've seen. Ernie and Denise can attest to this. Last year was absolutely packed, and this year it's at even a bigger look. Actually, Sarah and Rob can, because they were there last year as well. But it's at an even bigger location this year. It's $20 for the entire weekend. All proceeds go towards the Wounded Warriors of PA, as well as terminally ill children.
I think I may have to make a trip up. And it's in where? Tennessee?
No, Gettysburg. Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Hey, Jen, can you write that down for him?
Yeah, please. I'll
I was like,
GPS
what?
Can we get a
I mean,
map
the
and
Civil
just draw
War
him a
took
line?
place anywhere and everywhere in the South, so I'm
Yeah.
already in the South.
Yeah, this is in Pennsylvania. This is in Yankee territory.
Ah,
No.
okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Crossing
close.
enemy lines.
It's close. Maryland, right there.
It's north.
It's
But
It's
the
north
bash
of
is a
me.
close to the
the
Mason
bash is a
Dixon.
great event that Pam and Steve Barry put on every year, and
I'll take
you know,
95.
Yeah.
I'll
It's-
take
it's
95
quick.
if you have it.
Yeah, I got I-95. I got the
He'll take 195.
I-95.
This
Hey,
is starting
it's
to sound
free.
like an auction. This is starting to
Yeah.
sound like an auction.
My dog
Going
died.
once,
200,
going twice.
200.
Ernie, if you throw in a steak, we'll talk.
Best I can do is an old doorknob. 1841 doorknob. Come on.
I'll take it.
Is it patinaed?
Off that door.
I'll stay at the Roach Motel when I get there. Hey,
Nah.
I've stayed in plenty of those.
Don't take my
Yeah.
word for this, but I have it on good authority that the hotel we're using this year is the Eisenhower Hotel. It's the Eisenhower in the Spire. I was told under good authority that the entire two hotels, the Eisenhower as well as the Aspire, have been rented out for no one else but the bash.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
So
There's
every
already
single
ideas
room,
coming in. Look at this.
every single room is for anybody that is going to be at the bash. There's going to be no outsiders or anything like that. We've dealt with that, and we've seen how circumstances come from that. But don't quote me on it. But I digress. It'll be a good time.
It will be.
We got some new peeps in here. Spirit Seekers, Pennsylvania Spirit
Ah,
Seekers.
P3S. Price Steven. What's up, buddy?
That's Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta see what the hell my dog's doing. I'll be right back. He's beating
All
something up.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's beating the meat. Oh my god.
All right, Ernie. I'm gonna jump off here for a second. And I'm just gonna mute my camera and my mic. But I want you to explain what you're gonna get tonight on your pizza.
I'm getting probably, I don't know, I mix it up a little bit at Bonnie and Clyde's. It's the best pizza in town. Pepperoni, definitely. Extra cheese, definitely. Maybe tomatoes, maybe mushrooms, banana peppers.
I love banana peppers.
That'd probably be it.
Well, there are some veggies. Denise was telling me you will not touch veggies at all.
She exaggerates. I touch them.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it has to go in the pie hole. You can touch it,
I pick them
but
off.
it doesn't go here.
Are you the type that picks up the little tiny corn and go?
No. I
Oh,
like
okay,
the big
all right.
corn on the cob.
All right.
The little. Cut. Rewind. Take two.
All right. Take two.
No, I don't, Rich.
He will eat vegetables as long as they're cooked in grease.
Deep fry them, they might be all right. Yes.
So you like the tempura covered beer batter fried veggies, like the mushroom one and the maybe the no? Really?
That sounds a little too veggie-y.
But you just come on. All
Have
right.
you ever had a salad in your entire life?
Yes, I eat salads with my steak all the time. As long as I got like 50,000 croutons and a bucket of Thousand Island to put on it.
There you go.
Thousand Island.
It's like salad.
I mean, they could put lettuce in there if they want to, but as long as I've got croutons and Thousand Island, I'm good.
How about
It's a
bacon
crouton
bits?
salad.
Oh yeah, bacon. I mean, you put bacon on poop, and I'd probably.
Good Lord! Oh,
Just being real. I love me some bacon.
So,
all right,
Sarah, what are your eating habits?
My eating habits?
Oh god.
Oh, well, I'm a rare steak eater. Like I like my steaks rare to medium rare. I'm a burger connoisseur. I love, like Jen, you right? You were putting up the burgatory.
She loves
Cutest
her burgers.
Yeah,
Loves
I'm
her
a burger
burgers.
girl. And that name of that restaurant, Burgatory, is so freaking cute and creative.
She's got it.
Eggs.
She's got the menu right there. She should read off a few.
Oh,
yeah.
Eggs. You
Yeah,
can't even
gotta
talk
eat
to this
eggs.
person without eggs.
All right.
Oh, yeah, eggs. I love
There's
eggs too.
the extra Swiss and mushroom,
Oh, I love that.
the Hellraiser, let's see, the Poltergeist,
Oh,
poultry.
Cute.
Let's see, Pastrami'ville Horror, the Van Helsing. I mean, this is literally the menu.
that's cool.
I love that. That's so creative. So yeah,
Yes,
see, like I would be all over that.
It's a kids menu.
Nice.
Chucky's Kids
Aw.
menu. See, this is a place that Ernie would love.
Yeah, I like it.
I would love it too. And I'm going to steal this idea.
What?
It's already
Burgatory.
happening here in Salem.
Let me
Is
tell you,
it?
they have excellent food. It's
They're amazing.
their burgers are just stand alone without all the special stuff they put in there. The burgers, the meat is incredible. I've yet to have one that's not juicy at all. Actually, the bottom of the
it's
bun
juicy.
soaks
That's-
everything up that it turns, into soggy bread. That's how good
it's
it is.
amazing.
Do you eat those medium well too?
No,
All right,
no,
good.
Really?
they actually serve it medium well, but they can serve it however you like. But I always ask for well done because it's so juicy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
it has to be fully cooked for him.
oh.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna live a day in your life and
needs to
just
be
chew
an
on a leather
intervention.
shoe.
Denise doesn't like hamburger meat?
No,
Oh my
he
God,
doesn't.
Denise.
Really? Oh,
Denise.
no.
It's texture.
No Big Macs, no Whoppers.
The only burgers she'll eat is McDonald's burgers.
That's not even meat.
Yeah,
I know.
No.
It's
That's
a
big.
How about
weird
Wendy's?
texture thing she's got going on. I don't know.
Does she like Wendy's at least? No Wendy's? No.
I don't.
That's just like Trinity, our
Wendy's.
daughter.
You've never heard of Wendy's?
Yeah. I mean, we've heard of Wendy's. I don't know if she'll ever eat there, though, because she says that the only burgers I'll eat are McDonald's burgers. So I don't even.
Oh, Denise.
Try.
She knows what she likes, Ernie.
Yeah, I know.
That's just like our daughter. The only burgers
Look when
we'll
she
eat.
married. Just saying.
She's got good taste.
It's really weird, but yeah, excellent.
Burgatory. If there's a Burgatory in your area and you have not tried it, I really strongly urge that you go there.
So that's a change. Like this Burgatory that's in Utah is also going to be in Salem, Massachusetts. These are connected.
I don't know.
The one in Salem, Massachusetts is actually run by a good friend of mine. It's called The Crypt.
Oh,
And everything, she is a fantastic cook. And they come up with anything from wings, burgers, club sandwiches, appetizers, and they're all horror themed.
oh, cute.
And what they do is they take that character and kind of break that character down and going, like an Ann Wilkes, okay, you're going to be a little bit spicy with a little kick to it, but it's going to be satisfying through the way. So they kind of like taking the characters' personalities a little bit into the food. So, and I've never had a thing from them that I have never liked. Like it has been absolutely spot on.
I have found 2 places in Salem that I liked to eat, and that was it.
I've never been to Salem, so I wouldn't know. I'd have to follow your lead. A big shout out to Smurpadoo and Tarot Destroyer, who've just joined us. Welcome to the show. And if you guys have any questions for any of the hosts on here, we're all hosts of our own shows here, and feel free to ask. And the theme is whatever tonight. It doesn't matter.
I barely host my own mind, let alone a show.
But do you guys see what I can't say it, Smurpadoo said? Like, that's
Smurpadoo.
awesome. Yeah, look what he said. Or she, I don't know. Them. They.
Smurpadoo.
Smurpadoo.
Yeah, I recommended this stream. I like the energy, even though I don't have the same enthusiasm on the paranormal scene as much as you people. Well, you know what? That's fine, because we're talking burgers right now. And
well, you know what? That's one of the main reasons I named my show on Mondays Compass Curiosities, because I have always said the tagline of it is you never know where the needle's going to land. Like, I had a paranormal team on last week. This coming Monday, I have on a expert in serial killers.
And that's you know, I like variety, and I'm sure everyone here does too. Everything leads to something. You know, serial killers, you know how many spirits they've left, unfortunately, in their wake that we've investigated. In fact, Trinity Paranormal is investigating a 5-year cold case of the murder of a girl. Or for 5 years they've been investigating. She actually died in the late 70s, early 80s, if I'm not mistaken. Smurpadoo has a question.
Read the question real quick, but I'm just cracking up in my head over here because I can see a poltergeist vegan spirit just straight table flipping.
Oh, you expect me to read now? Oh, geez. I got Smurpadoo has a question I would be interested to hear discussed. What do you think spirits feel about the concept of food? Think a vegan spirit would go rampant at the sight of a steak. And go.
It's a good question.
That a vegan spirit would probably be offended at just about anything. I don't know.
We don't sugarcoat shit here.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, they're just people. You know, the spirits that we investigate are the same people that were here in the meat suit before they passed.
Yeah, but if you're also a pretentious asshole in life, you're going to be a pretentious asshole in death.
As you were in life, so
I disagree with that statement. I disagree with that statement.
Do you think there's redemption?
It's not about redemption. Because I
so
don't
you're
believe...
going to live 90 years of your life being a cranky old man, Ebenezer Scrooge, and then all of a sudden you die, and then you're going to be like, oh, I'm here to help you.
Why do you think you're cranky? Do you think you're cranky because you were a living person on this earth? Or do you really think it's your consciousness that is cranky? And do you think that once we escape this realm, that we carry this realm's bullshit with us to the next? I'm not saying there can't be negative. This is where people sometimes get a little bit janky with me. I know there's negative. I get that. But what you were living here, I don't agree that you are in the universe being cranky out there. I won't ever believe that.
And ladies and gentlemen, Jenny Davis joining us.
Hi.
Hey.
My other half over here.
Finally home.
And we're
sorry,
discussing...
I just got the death look from my wife from across the room. Sorry, my other half in podcasting.
Other half.
Don't make Nicole mad at me. What?
The look she just gave me, I should probably be about 3 counties over by right now.
Holy crap, that bad, huh? Well, you know, let's ask the other lady her opinion as well. There's a question from Smurpadoo. His question being, I love the name. I'll be honest with you. It's like he mixed a Smurf with do. But you know, I'll ask him what his name is.
Calling somebody that.
Okay. So, oh my God, no, you're not.
That's rich.
Oh, here we go.
I would be interested to hear discussed. What do you think spirits feel about the concept of food? Do you think a vegan spirit would go rampant at the sight of steak?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It is.
It is a really good question. I don't know.
Now, do you think more spirits would haunt fields and things like that? Versus
if they were vegan?
Vegans, vegetarians, things like that. They would haunt more, you know, the rural areas. I mean,
You
they
mean
probably
like
grow
where the
green.
slaughterhouses are at and stuff.
Slaughterhouses and stuff. I don't know.
They may be out there with an ectoplasm sign being like, no, say no.
Oh, she froze. Oh, there she
Oh
is.
my God.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. I've never thought of that before. As you can see, my daughter.
No one's ever thought of it because you don't think of spirits as consuming something that is solid.
Well, they really don't need to.
But how do we know their food is even solid? This is what I'm saying. Why do we transpose and give them all these same characteristics that we have here? What if it's just an alternate universe, or what if it's? And I'm not saying this is
that is one of the theories out there. Yes, we can't dismiss
and I'm not
that.
saying this is the only answer for any of this, but
what if a spirit appeared? I'll just throw this out there just to go along with this question. What if a spirit appeared and it's just looking at Ernie and it's eating a well-done hamburger?
Ernie gonna smack it out of his hand?
I'll be like, somebody get the sage.
Rich, if you're going for an actual portrayal, you need to chew longer.
Nah, man, I chew like 3-4 times. I try to digest it first in the mouth and then, but
yeah,
what I'm saying is,
done, you're over there chewing.
Oh, stop it, Russ! I'm just giving visual at the same time. All right, chillax. Okay, it just shows up doing this. What's up? All right, takes another bite.
Why am I creeped out right now?
I know, right? So am I, and I'm the one doing it now. How do you respond to that? Because that would be, I've never heard of people seeing a ghost or a spirit, whatever you want to call it, eating something or drinking anything. Have you?
I have seen a spirit leaning in a building that used to be a saloon. It had been renovated into a restaurant. It used to be a saloon, and a spirit was leaning where the bar used to be, and it looked like he was holding a shot glass.
Oh, wow.
That's the first time I hear of that.
And, I never saw him take a sip. He was there for just a moment and then kind of dissipated, but he was there. And
okay. But would you call that residual or would you call that intelligence? What?
I think, Lord, Courtney, somebody block Courtney. No.
Oh, bless your heart, Courtney. Bless your heart.
I don't know. I don't know that would be residual. I mean, we have a spirit here in this house that we sometimes, we think it's residual because he's always going in the same direction, but he seems to appear when he knows we're going to see him at the same time, but his movements are always the same. So is that residual or is that intelligent? Do you know what I'm saying?
You said at the same time.
No, he doesn't appear at the same time. He does the same path. He walks the same path through the house. We'll see him going toward the front door, through the parlor, into the foyer, and toward the front door. But it's like he will pause long enough till someone sees him, and then he'll take that walk. So,
okay,
or is that residual?
I think that would be more residual because of it was his everyday routine, and you never know when maybe he got to that point where he stops. You hear "I love you, honey. See you tonight after work," or whatever it may be. He was used to that, and then it just may so happen to line up with the fact that that's when you see them.
Or is he pausing long enough for us to see him
to ensure that he is witnessed,
in the hopes that maybe we're going to follow him? Maybe he's trying to show us something. You know what I'm saying? Like, come here, come this way.
All right, group investigation at Ernie's place.
It's coming.
We've got one spot open for a private overnight here.
I know. I got to sell that for you.
Yeah.
If you want to investigate with Ernie Pack and Denise Pack, give Get Haunted a call.
at the Real Ditto House Inn.
Jesus Christ.
Kentucky.
My dog never comes up here. He just. God. Oh.
Okay, what's your take, Rob? I'm sorry. I know you got a dog in you, but what's your take?
He's got a dog in him.
Anya.
Regarding the food question,
The food, and also, what? Yeah, because I just took this question. I took this question and I went ahead and said, okay, what if a spirit showed up eating food in front of you or drinking something?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't bother me. And I've never had the experience. We did actually. I was with Sarah. We were at Cashtown Inn at an event, the back area. This is about as close to a food kind of story as we can get. But we turned on the recorder, and back there used to be, it was the stage, and they had like a bar and all kinds of shit going on, performers. But we turned on the recorder, and when we played it back, you hear like women yelling back and forth and a party happening and whistling. It's one of the craziest EVPs. What?
No, the first one we ever experienced like that was at Heyman House in Sutton, West Virginia.
Okay.
And we were on the 3rd floor, and I said, I feel like there's a party going on. And I'm not gonna tell you I'm a psychic medium, but at that moment it felt like the person I felt like I was connecting with was hearing a muffled sound of a party going on downstairs. Like she was somewhere else in the house. And I said, I hear like glasses clinking, like that's the feeling I'm getting. And you said you were taking recording, and you said I went on to Tennessee, and Rob and Thor went in another direction, and Rob's like, we were playing the recording back, and holy cow, we hear glasses in a party going on.
I was about to ask you, were you hearing glasses being clinked at the? Okay.
Yeah, you're right. She's right. Actually, the first time I ever met Sarah physically in person in the Heyman House. If you haven't been to the Heyman House, in Sutton, West Virginia, it's a magical place. So cool.
But that's interesting because that's in line with exactly what I was extending this gentleman's question. We never see or hear interact with spirits that are in the midst of doing something they used to do when they were alive. And much like what Rob brought up, we don't even know. Maybe they may be in alternate universes, and they do eat there. They do drink there. We really don't have all the answers. But that's why we do what we do. We research so that we can get those answers, and definitively so that we can then give those answers to gentlemen like Smurpadoo.
Smurpadoo.
Yeah. No, it's a great question.
Am I saying it right? I just want to make sure.
That's how I would say it.
But think of it this way. Think of poltergeist. Why do you think they like throw your dishes on the floor, like pick them up out of the sink, or if it's just like a cup sitting there? Do you think they're trying to eat it?
But is that
because they're pissed off it's not cleaned up?
But that's a whole nother topic, because I think there are different schools of thought on what a poltergeist actually is. And I tend to be more of the energy that is created by somebody and not an actual spirit of somebody that has passed, right? So, but I do know that there are some people that do refer to a more negative entity in the poltergeist. Maybe it's the activity itself comes off as poltergeist, but if you speak of just a poltergeist, sometimes, just my thought,
it's poltergeist though.
Well, that's the only really for me, when I hear that term, if you really kind of go old school, you're talking about where they feel somebody in the house is creating that ball of energy to be interacting in your home. That is coming from a living person, not a living person that is now dead, right? So that's just, and I will be the first one to admit I am not well versed in. That's the one that I hear the most, right? So that's probably the school of thought I go with, is that it was not once a living person, but it is coming from a living person.
Well, the ones that usually come from a living person, because I did study some parapsychology, is usually from children that are going through adolescence. Their hormones are everywhere. They create this energy about them, but it only lasts for a few months. It's not like forever and ever and ever. It's just for a few months. But what has been, I think, chopped up in the paranormal field and confused has been that poltergeist activity means things moving. No, actually, if you study the word poltergeist, which is I believe noisy from Germany, ghost. It's noisy ghosts. Exactly. At one time, they even thought they were brownies, fairies that actually messed with things. It's changed over the years, and then they started making the connection. Actual, parapsychologists, that oftentimes poltergeist activity took place around children going through puberty, and then it progressed to the next stage. It's coming from the dead. It's coming from demons, and you know where that came from. And to me, it's energy that moves things. That's what I have pretty much just put it, categorized it. That's all it is to me. It can be from the living. It could be from the dead. It could be from left over residual energy. It could be anything.
All right, guys. Well, I hate to cut this short, but I got to run, and I want to spend some time with the wife this weekend. So thank you so much, Rich, for having me on. Rob, Sarah, Jen, Ernie, you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Happy Good Friday, Russ.
We love you, Russ.
You as well, guys. Have a good one.
Jenny will take over for you.
We do
she will.
We do want to do this probably every weekend. So if you guys want to jump on, that's great. If not,
rotate and have different hosts come on and before you leave, Russ, please let everyone know the name of the shows that you're involved with, how they can reach you, and how they could even be guests or just listen in.
We could be the Get Haunted Brady Bunch.
I know the shows, but Jenny's more the ones with the link and everything like that. So on Sunday nights, we have Unturned Pages hosted by Jenny Davis and I. It is also another variety show. We have everything from paranormal to metaphysical, cryptozoology, everything like that on it. That is 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Ernie's over there rocking the shirt. Monday nights, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. You have Compass Curiosities hosted by me, but Jenny Davis is always backstage pulling the strings and making the magic happen. Also, like I said before, another variety show. I have anything from, I'm doing a serial killer on coming up, or not a serial killer, but somebody who knows about serial killers.
You're doing a serial killer?
Well, I mean,
that usually
how you look at
it. Just saying.
Hope you survived the experience, buddy.
It's conjugal visit. Trust me. I have that on. And then April 15th, I'm doing a show about people that have worked in retail and telling their horror stories of dealing with customers and things like that. So like I said, I like to mix up my show a little bit and have a little variety of everything. So
cool.
Thank you very much, Russ.
Russ does a good job too. He's a good one.
And say hello to the wife from us all, and we apologize for having stolen you away from you.
Tell your wife, your second wife says hi.
I definitely will. I definitely will, and she'll see you in Gettysburg.
Don't make her mad at me.
Take that how you will.
Oh God.
All right, have a good night. Thank you so much.
Take care, Russ. Thanks.
Bye, Russ.
We'll take over from here. There's a question I think needs actually an experience from Danny Marie. I experienced poltergeist activity in the home I grew up in, and I can attest to there is something to living people creating it. There you go. There's one experience and one person that experienced and knows that it can come from the living. It's not always the dead. And also another one, this one from League of Earth Angels. Wow, Danny, I saw a white lady during childhood while staying over my aunt's house. I also heard them saying my name, Sarah, Sarah. Well, now we know your name, Sarah. You're not League of Earth Angels. Just told on yourself.
Yeah.
But thank you for sharing those experiences, because this is what this is all about. It's just not us connecting. It's also connecting with, whoever is in the chat room. What do you all think about the poltergeist, theory going on here? We already heard from Ernie, and we already heard from Sarah. I want to hear from Rob, and I want to hear from Jenny. What do you two think when it comes to this?
Go ahead, Jenny. You go first.
About poltergeist?
Yes.
I've never experienced it, thank God. But like I've talked to you, Rich, multiple times. It does exist.
Yes.
It's probably us or living people making that type of activity. Not everything's a demon like some people may think.
Very few things are.
Yeah.
Very, very few.
Yeah, very few. But yeah, I don't know. I've never experienced it, so I really can't talk about it. I do know it exists. It's not as widely popular as some people may think.
And Rob, Mr. Clydesdale Centurion cult leader.
All right. Let's see. But I think in all of the years I've been doing this, I think I've had only two. You've got a tight triangle there, Rich. Yeah, there you go. You gotta.
I could turn it into a spade.
There you go. I think I've only really witnessed two things in all this time that were, if we're gonna apply the traditional poltergeist activity where something moves, right? One was at Penhurst. We were third floor in Mayflower, and there was a tin can sitting up on a shelf, and one of my guests was standing right next to it. And sure as shit, that thing went flying.
Wow.
It was cool. Yeah, make that 3 times. Also Penhurst in the tunnels in the Philadelphia building. I was setting all my gear up. I was down there by myself, and I really shouldn't have been. And there's the 2 doors. I can't prove that this was paranormal, but I did. It's the one of the I've run many times, but this time I really ran. I was setting my gear up, and there were these 2 locked doors behind which they used to keep the Halloween props for the haunt. We're in the middle of the summer at this point. And those doors started like just banging, like something was coming through there. So I left all my shit. I hauled out of there and went and got some Penhurst staff, brought them down. They're like, yeah, nobody should be back there. So, and it was locked. They unlocked it and checked, and it was just props. That freaked me out. But then here, back when I had a house, I had some big problems, and this is where Sarah kind of comes into the picture. But before I started talking to her about these things, my dog was reacting, so I was going through some pretty tough times, actually some very tough times. But to the point where
why are you sounding like that?
Yeah, you're.
What's happening to your sound?
Going weird.
What?
Okay,
it was very muffled.
That was weird. It's like, yeah, it sounded like somebody had their hand. Yeah.
Microphone.
Am I not supposed to talk about this?
I don't know.
That's when you should keep going. Yeah.
Okay. Weird shit happens here. It's going through some really difficult times. Things were happening at home. My kid was experiencing them. Eventually,
how old was she, if you don't mind me asking, at the time?
2021. So what year is this? 24. She was 17 at that point, but she had experiences from 2 years old. That kid was weird, right? She's a weird kid. But
wonder where she gets it.
2000, yeah, 2008 was when she had her first big time paranormal experience, and she was only however the hell old. She's 3. Anyway, my dog started reacting to things in the house, and and finally, my ex-wife was starting to realize it wasn't nuts, but he came tracking something in and we had a sunken living room. He tracked it in, and it was up on the wall, right? And she's looking at me, she's like, what? She's like, this shit has to end. So same dog, that little guy I just had up here, he jumped up on the couch next to me. I started filming it. Oh God. Hey Trev.
Welcome, Trev.
So I started filming this, and he was reacting to it, started growling, and finally he jumped down to go after it. And that dog gets spun pretty much 180, like something punched his little ass. And that's what really scared her. It pissed me off, at the time. But, going back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier, I was going through a lot, and there was a lot of possible kinetic energy coming out of this guy's head, right? Add to the fact that I spent almost every weekend in haunted locations, that I was pretty much front loaded with some thoughts and ideas about what was haunting me, which probably amplified everything. So I look at different theories and I try to understand these things. I'll share the video with y'all one day. It's just, it's sad to watch a dog get punted like that, but also I'm not convinced that wasn't something coming out of me. I needed help at that time.
So two spiritual poltergeistish type things, and then your own manifestation.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that with everything that was happening and the pent up things that I had, I hadn't gone through any kind of spiritual boot camp at that point. So yeah, man, I'm not sure, because it wasn't long after I took that control back after talking to Sarah, all that shit stopped. Once I stopped trying to convince myself that I was being haunted and hunted, it all stopped.
Things are getting ready to go to hell here, just saying.
I was gonna go ahead
and
officially introduce Trevor Faith, and thank you for joining us, Trevor.
Yeah. Oh shit! Here comes two.
Oh
wow! Forget the Brady Bunch. This is the Brady Bunch from hell, man. This is awesome. I love it.
Here at the Ditto House. We've got.
We're dressed as twins. This is how this happens. We aren't even twins. Yeah, and they both have shirts.
Love it.
It's Fleetwood Mac.
We did not plan this.
No.
How you doing, Rich?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Thank you guys for actually making an appearance. Everyone, this is like I said, this is the evil, hellish, paranormal Brady Bunch. I love it.
Yeah.
Brady Bunch.
Yeah. I better get off here because these people.
Yeah, go eat.
They gotta eat. They gotta eat. Don't worry, we got this. We got you.
Trevor,
we got
you're in Paducah, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're in West Point, Kentucky. We're just a couple hours away. You need to come up here and visit sometime, brother.
Okay. Y'all know how I always pick on Ernie for being old. I'm looking at the chat right here, and it's really big letters. They're almost an inch high.
It's a big screen TV, you idiot. The TV is this freaking wide.
For every scroll, you use one word.
That's right.
One word.
Thank you so much. Anyways, Ernie, thank you, and thank Bert, and thank the Excuse. Thank you so much for making a little appearance. I appreciate it. We all do, and that's what this is all about. Go enjoy your pizza.
We're gonna have pizza, beer, and then go Bigfoot hunting.
Damn,
have fun. Be safe.
There you go.
Sounds like a plan. Take care. Peace.
Y'all take care.
All right.
You too, Ernie.
And I'm probably gonna bounce out here too, because Trevor, I love when you talk, so I'm gonna watch and eat food myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and have dinner. But plus we want our hosts, these are amazing hosts, part of the Paranormal Podcast program. We want to see them have their moment to shine. So, and Trevor, it's so nice to see your smiling face again. It's been a little while since we've seen you.
Yeah, it's Sarah texted me as I moved my new couch into my new place. That's why I've kind of been inactive close to a month, because I would get home and be on calls all day, and I'm not gonna choke. I don't want to doss myself, but like I officially have a couch in my first 3-bedroom apartment. So
nice, buddy. Well, you look like you're about to commit a crime. So
right there on Rich's show. Greetings from Beyond Radio.
Why not? You know, and by the way, before Sarah and Rob take off, give everyone a lowdown as to where they can, see you on the week. And that's what we're here all about. I forgot to ask Ernie before he left, but
well, Pac-Man Paranormal Live, Pac-Man Paranormal Live, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch them on the Get Haunted main page on Facebook. That is where they are aired. They have given us that show, and that is the only place that you can find them. I think you can find them on Pac-Man Paranormal and their group as well. Yeah. But for us, you can see us every Wednesday, 1 p.m., midday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Rob and Sarah live, right there on the Get Haunted main page, Paranormally Blonde in the network. You can see us also on Paranormally Blonde Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube and Facebook, and Get Haunted and Paranormally Blonde Facebook as well there. Get Haunted main page, go check it out. Come meet the family. If you're not a part of the main page, go over to the network and meet all these amazing people, because it is what it is all about, community. And also extremeticketing.com now is going to be a new place for each and every one of you to check things out and find cool events, anywhere from paranormal all the way to birthday parties if you want. It doesn't even matter, but it's going to be super cool. Did I get it all, Rob?
I think you got it. We'll even host pet birthday parties if you want.
my birthday party is in June.
When's your birthday, Jen? When's your birthday?
30th.
Oh my God, mine too.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Oh my God.
Too, Jen.
That's awesome.
Right. Not November 13th. That's what I got to say. And it's certainly not October 22nd, people.
No, that's Rob's birthday. So we'll have a little Sarah Jen celebration June 30th.
Yes.
It's on.
Right,
it's
cool.
on.
We'll have a special show.
We'll have a special show. You guys have an amazing time.
Yep.
Go check out all these amazing show unturned pages, Whispers Within, Haunted Faith, Greetings from Beyond Radio. These are all part of the amazing Get Haunted Paranormal podcast program. And we are so proud of each and every one of you. And we are so honored and humbled that you chose to hang out with us. I love that hat, by the way.
Yeah, it's glowed.
So cool. It glows in the dark. So continue being the good and the paranormal. We certainly love you. So thank you guys so much for this opportunity.
Thank you both.
Yeah, thanks,
You
Rick.
guys are awesome.
Thanks, Jen. Trevor, Jenny, try to keep the standards high, all right?
Yeah. Raise the bar.
Raise the bar. All right, I got to go eat. I'm going back.
All right. Bye, guys.
Good week, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Bye.
And then there were just three.
Plus
Yes.
the million.
And the little bit. Hi, little bit.
You're 6. Yes, okay. Go away, 6.
It's your uncle. Don't worry about
It's
it.
funny. It's funny because Trinity, she's
And that's my other little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, she's coloring her eggs already.
She's like, oh, I see another girl. She's like,
When is her birthday? The 20th or the 21st?
March 16th.
Oh, 16th. So she was born the 22nd.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Look
16th.
at the 8. Say hi, River. Hi, River.
Say hi. Can you say hi, Trinity? Are you gonna be shy now? She's gonna be
being shy.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Trevor. We already know Jenny. She's already huge and famous with Get Haunted, and she travels around the freaking United States all the time, dragging her mom left and right and left. Yes, y'all, come on.
No.
I've seen you sleeping while she's driving. Come on now.
I don't drive, so she has to drive.
Okay, well, that's what I'm
If
saying.
you want me to drive, you're all dead. Okay.
So Trevor, why don't you tell us a little bit about your show, when it's on, and when people can catch it?
So, my show is my podcast is called a haunting conversation with haunted faith. It is twice a month on Friday. The only it used to be every Friday, but I recently changed it to every other because I'm wanting to focus more on different types of content because I am now in a situation in life to where I can do more exploring and stuff, and it's the start of the paranormal event season. So I'm going to be going to. I also travel around the U.S. As much as I can. I'm going to be going to Old College Hill in 2 weeks. I'm going to be going to Indiana State, to Billy Creek, to Missouri State Penitentiary.
Cool.
Going
I'll
to
meet you
the
there. I'll meet you at Missouri State.
I'm going to the soiree in October, and I used to be a YouTuber to where I would film everything and upload these massive pieces of content, and then I went to a live show, but then I realized that I want to be less of a YouTuber, more of like a blogger. So I'm obviously keeping my podcast like up and going, and I'm going to be doing a reveal about this soon. So this is kind of like a teaser, I guess you could say. But I am starting something new very soon, to a blogging series called the Haunted Faith Project, and it's just where I'm not going to plan out anything other than events and podcasts. If I ever
Awesome.
have the will to go and travel, to explore, to hike, or to investigate, I'm taking a camera and just going, and whatever it turns into, it turns into. And because I'm at this point in life to where I don't want to plan every inch of my life. I just sometimes want to be like, you know what? Let's go do this, and then film it. So yeah. And for those of you who have been watching me for a while, or for those of you that are new and go and look at my page, haven't done anything in the past 2 to 3 months. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. Went through a breakup, but that's it. And then I came back, did 2 shows, and then past month I have been focused on moving out, and in this next week I'll actually be in my new place. So once that's done, you will actually see me more on the social media. But yeah, so I can go on a rant about it, but podcast, a haunting conversation. Other than that, whether it's near or far, get haunted events or not, um, I'm just going to be picking up the camera and just blogging or vlogging a video blog, just my paranormal journey. So from here on out, once I get everything ironed out, other than you'll get 2 podcasts every month, and obviously I'll be guests and features on some here and there. As far as my own stuff, I'll have 2 podcasts every month. And other than that, you'll see small vlogs, different types of content, and a little shout out to him, Bill Bryan from Empty Casket Paranormal. He makes his own Ouija boards or talking boards, and I love to paint, so he's actually going to send me some um, blank wood canvases. And I'm actually gonna attempt to paint my own talking board. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, just
Well,
vlogging.
we already have a few people that have said hello to you. Let's see. League of Earth Angels, Danny Marie,
Danny, hi Danny, what's up?
And someone else, P35 or S? I can't read.
P3S.
P3S. Okay.
Stephen, Danny, League, how are you? I will be back and going within the next week, but it feels nice to be back and happy again. But yeah.
And to answer, League of Earth Angels, cannot wait to meet you in person, Rich, this coming October and learn about your lectures and Demonology 101. I'm looking forward to meeting you too. That'll be at the Wilson Castle Psychic Fair, October 19th, where I will be making a guest appearance. And I know that I've already been invited to go to the Battleship, but I'm gonna have to travel cross country from Vermont all the way to Utah from there. So I won't be able to make it. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. But hopefully some of the people that are watching can make it to that trip, and if they keep in touch. Jenny, why don't you cover a little bit about your shows, plural, because you do have shows, and you keep yourself busy with all your trips, and your mom. Say hello to your mom for me, please.
Will do.
I hope she's feeling better, and give her my love. Tell us a little bit about yourself too.
So I've been in the paranormal field since 2008, 2009. I met Rich officially in person in 2010, but we were friends a couple years before that. That's why he calls me his para sister. But I got into the paranormal because I watched Ghost Hunters, and then Brandy Green of GHI held an event here in the Twin Cities in 2010. That got me kind of really into the paranormal field, and I haven't looked back since. I have had multiple shows over the years. I've had Paranormal Hotspot. I've had Proximity Paranormal Podcast. I've had multiple other ones, but the two main ones right now are Unturned Pages with Russ on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Whispers Within on Thursdays with my co-host Candy. Same time, same place, Get Haunted. Both of them is a wide topic show. We talk about the paranormal, we talk about metaphysical, true crime, anything and anything we discuss. We've had a wide variety. Unturned Pages is about 2.5, 3 years old. Whispers Within is just a recent baby. But yeah, so I've been all over the country investigating some of the most haunted locations. So yeah.
I envy you, because every time I look, you're here, there, everywhere. Did you ever get a chance to investigate? Good God, the place that's being torn down now. I forgot its name all of a sudden.
Bob
Mackey's.
Yep, I did Bobby. So funny story, Bobby Mackey's. I did 2 weeks before I graduated high school. I actually
girl, you're brave.
Did school. Well, really not did school because I had all my stuff done like a month before graduation. Anyways, left school, went and did that one night, and then I did Waverly Hills the next night, and then I went back to school and graduated the next week. But yes, I have done Bobby Mackey's. I've done Waverly Hills. I've done Velisca. I have creepy EVP from Velisca that still haunts me to the day. And then I've been all over.
And Trevor, what's the most haunted place you've been to that's actually left an impression on you?
Top three. Well, the number one main one, it's Missouri State Penitentiary.
Okay.
But also the two, there's three in general, but one still haunts me. The Missouri State Pen, the Conjuring House, and Bobby Mackey's. But the Conjuring House and Bobby Mackey's really didn't affect me. It just I captured great full body like apparitions there.
Mm-hmm.
A long story short, the two there. So, well, Bobby Mackey's was just I caught something like on camera for like 2 seconds. That was cool. The Conjuring House. Long story short, I was in the seance room or the living room. I had a obvious five in my hand, a REM pod on the floor to my left, and then the library was over to my left. And we were asking questions, and I'm like, 20 minutes passed and nothing was coming through. Then eventually, on the Ovilus, it said beside. I'm like, okay, beside me, beside someone else. About 5 minutes later, the REM pod went off for 2 minutes straight, and I'm like, oh my god, thank you, that's awesome. And then I'm like, so you're beside me to the left. Awesome. Right as I said that, we hear like a giant thunk in the library. The globe that was being held up on its stand, the globe was picked up, turned, and dropped all the way through it. So that was a cool turn of events. And then right as that happened, we heard footsteps upstairs. But we were at an event. So I'm like, there's probably just another guest. And someone said, no, the people that were upstairs left, or like early. No one's been upstairs in 20 minutes. Ran upstairs, caught a very creepy figure on my camera. Didn't see it until I got back home. But that's that. The one impression that left on me still to this day, and so much to the point where I want a tattoo of it. I was in death row at MSP. And I was hosting a event with another company at the time. And below me was 3D. And to the back right of me were stairs that led from 3D up to death row that led to the main hallway. And I saw what looked to me like a normal human being. Tall man with overalls come up the stairs and walk down the hallway. And in my head, I'm like, great, a guest got away. I got to go catch this guy to be like, hey, you can't do that. You're going to interrupt like other people's investigations. So I told my friend and coworker, it's like, hey, I'll be right back. And she goes, all right. Didn't sprint, but like I kind of like lightly jogged, and I get over there and I see no one. I'm like, he was walking very slow. I would have saw him. And then right as I turn the corner, I'm like, I look puzzled. And then Jenny, not the Jenny and employee that works at MSP, and her coworker, I forget her name, she comes up and goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "Yeah." Saw this man walk by, blah blah blah, and she goes, "Tall man, about 6'4", had overalls on, boots with a flashlight, a backpack." I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And she goes, "Oh, we call him Big Boy. We've been seeing him for the past 15 years. He's a ghost here."
Wow.
And I'm like, but
confirmation.
This did not look like a shadow figure. It looked like you walked down the hallway. And they go, "Yeah, we have pictures. He's just an old maintenance man from, we believe, is the 30s or 40s, just walking the halls." And I want a tattoo of that concept on my arm, but
I
could talk for hours about that, but yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to let everyone go. We've been on now almost going on 2 hours. But the whole point behind all this, and it was an impromptu this morning. Jen and I, we were talking. We came up with this idea. Let's get past all the talk of para unity. Enough of the talking. Let's do something. And there's never been a booklet written for para unity. There's never been a blueprint made for it, so we lead through example. And I brought this before Sarah and Rob. They both agreed, and they said, do it, because the more people start seeing that we're just real people, just like everybody that's watching us right now. We're not superstars or anything like that, but that way people can actually interact with us, and that's what's really important.
Yes.
And they can see that we got nothing to hide, and that is how you start breaking down the walls.
I'm a superstar. I'm
fine. You could be a superstar, man. Look, we're all superstars in our own right, And that's the way I see it. And this is just to get not only Get Haunted's numbers up, but also our numbers up as well, so that we can get more viewers. We're much more stronger together than we are apart. And the games that are being played nowadays to divide and conquer with all of this drama going on, the only way that you can actually overcome that is coming together. And I thank everyone for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
About that, and to everyone that's new to me, this is not. I do not mean this in a bad way, because I'll finish it on a good note. I've said this on Sarah's podcast and everyone else's. I started my YouTube journey close to a decade ago, and there was one specific point in my YouTube life where I was getting anywhere from like 12,000 views to. And I even got one video with over 100K. Not the point. At the time, the views were like, "Oh my god, views!" It was nothing but hate. At the end, time went by. I took a break from YouTube because of all of the hate and stuff. Came back, had 5-10 viewers at most. It's the happiest I've ever been. So, when it comes to helping Get Haunted, helping each other out, whether you have thousands and thousands of views or 5, it's all about the energy that those views bring. So do it for the right reasons, and you'll love it.
It's all about the quality, not the quantity. And Jenny, as we close, what do you want to close with?
Come and support all those show hosts of Get Haunted or any other podcasts out there. Get Haunted has built a great foundation of hosts and network. I'm glad that Sarah and Rob took a chance on me and Russ almost a year ago. We came to them and said, "Hey, we need a new home for Unturned Pages," and at that time, Get Haunted was just mainly Paranormally Blonde, and then we talked to Rob and Sarah, and they're like, yes, and ever since, it's been an amazing growth of shows and hosts that now I count as family. So, like, Trevor, I can't wait to meet you in June at Missouri State Penn.
If and to anybody that's watching, podcasts aside, right? I won't get into the whole thing, but 2 years ago now, or close to 2 years ago now, I was in a very bad spot in the paranormal. Almost didn't want to even come back into the community. And then Rob and Sarah practiced what they preached, and said, "Hey, Get Haunted's all about you." I'm like, before I knew them, right? I'm like, yeah, okay, right. 3 months in, I'm like, holy shit. They brought me up from nothing whenever I was nothing in my head, because I got talked down badly. And I'm like, I'm putting trust into someone that I didn't know at the time. So to anybody that's like looking at Get Haunted, looking at the paranormal community that we have here, do your best to look past all the bullshit and drama. Be you. Don't be give us a chance. Now, I can almost guarantee it. You'll love it here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So
I definitely have to agree. I mean, we have, we're just 1 week in, you know, when it comes to Greetings from Beyond Radio. We've been around since late 2014, but, you know, I've shelved it here and there. But if it wasn't for Jenny and saying, "Hey, you got to come over to, you know, Get Haunted," and I'm like,
I know, I had to twist her arm or something. And
no, actually, you didn't. It was. I started. It just started showing up more and more in my news feed. Get Haunted this, Get Haunted that, and the other network I was with, there just seemed to be no movement. There just seemed to be more of what I wanted to get away from, which was the drama. Mm-hmm. And I noticed Get Haunted and what they were preaching is what they practiced, and that's what's really important here. We're not in it for the drama. We're in it to actually create a community and be family when it comes to the paranormal. So, hey, the way I see it, everyone that's been on tonight They did it out of their own accord. They took time out of their life to do this. I thank every single one of you when it comes to Rob, when it comes to Sarah, when it comes to the packs, when it comes to the SKUs, when it comes to your, your partner, Ross.
Yep.
Everyone that's jumped in and done their part. Jenny and you, Trevor, thank you. Meeting you for the first time. This is all we wanted, is for everyone to get a chance to get to know what this is about. So thank you both for being on the show. But this is going to be a continuing thing.
If you ever need me to hop back on and just be a dumbass and make some content, I'm down, because literally I was putting my cushions into my new couch in my apartment, and Sarah's like, "Hey, you want to be on this podcast?" I'm like, I'm guessing the P3 podcast, and she goes, "Yeah, it's a brand new show." I'm like, "Let me hop in my car. I'm down."
And let me tell you, next week, I'm hoping that someone else will take the baton and run with it, and we'll have more guests, and before the guests being the hosts, so that they can showcase their shows and get it out there. We're already doing this on Get Haunted. Let's do this also on YouTube. Let's spread the word far and wide and let people know we're here.
Yep.
And to borrow a line from Poltergeist, they're here, and we're not going to go anywhere. So thank you both. Thank you, Jenny. Love you, honey. I've known her since 2009, and we need to hang out soon. I hope.
Well,
Trevor,
come to Gettysburg in July.
I'm gonna try and do my best to do so. There's a lot of things going on right now, but I promise you I'm gonna do everything I can to get there. Because
if not, I'll come down to Florida and make sure you're in town that weekend.
All right, honey. No, I'll be in town. No worries when it comes to that. But thank you, Jenny. Love you very much. Trevor, pleasure meeting you, sir. And next week, same time, same bat channel, man. Let's all meet up and have fun. Peace be still.
Later.